Hey, what's up, everyone? We're back with another devlog video, and we've made some progress since the last time we've shared. I'm just going to let Andrew go ahead and introduce his sequencing work that we're about to share.
Very quickly, Stephen and I threw together this little video. This is kind of the intro, kind of give you the backstory. So we have our hero. He's going through the woods looking for this lab um, that he was told about by a guy who died. And we just kind of, here's a snap, and then he's looking around. So it's not quite finished yet. As you can see, there's some funny little cuts. Oh, here's something running around in the woods. He doesn't know what it is. Oh, that shot's feeling rough right now. He's hiding behind a tree, pulls out his gun, so you get a click click. And then he says, freeze! He's supposed to have a gun in his hand. And they kind of talk briefly, and she's like, oh, I've been trying to get into the lab too to find supplies for my family. And he's like, well, I'm trying to get into the lab and I have an access card. She's like, oh, could you give me the level 2? That's where all the medical supplies are. And he's like, okay. They kind of get to know each other a little bit here. And then she wants to be his friend, and he's like, no, I'm cool. And he walks off. But they're now a team. And the lighting and everything needs work, as you can tell, but this is just the start of it. So that's the sequence 1. And then, Stephen, if you wouldn't mind opening up sequence 2. Okay, so now, time goes on. They're looking for the laboratory. He's helping her find it. She's helping him find it. And they're walking along through the woods. And she's like, wait, hold on. It's right over here. And then there it is. And so he's like, how do we get in here? She's like, follow me, because there's, enemies everywhere. So they're going to sneak into the laboratory. This whole story unfolds. This takes place in the future, 40 years in the future, present time. So they're looking around to make sure that they can get in. So this laboratory has just sort of been it's still running inside, but on the outside, humanity and civilization has changed. We live in this post-apocalyptic world. So they're going to sneak into the laboratory. They will have different reasons for wanting to get into the laboratory, which we won't get into now. They haven't been spotted yet. So they're talking about how they're going to get in. We don't, obviously, the sound isn't done. She looks around inside. She sneaks in with her glowing red shirt, which will change. And there it is, the entrance down into the underground lab. And she enters in the access key. And there's a dark thing behind her. She's like, oh, it's you. And he's like, yeah, have you opened it yet? She's like, I'm working on it. Then they open it. They go inside. And he's like, wow, that wasn't that hard at all. They go down. And then this is what comes behind them. Do, 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 do. And there you go. That's the intro sequence, first pass.
Okay, so let's jump into some gameplay now. Okay, so here we are on the elevator sequence. This is the transition into the gameplay. And we set up some basic dialogue here. It still needs a lot of work, but let's just go on into it. So, wait, no, the elevator door locked behind us. This would be the NPC companion speaking, so the girl. You're actually playing as the guy. This door's locked too. We have to find a way out to unlock them. Go scout the area for something useful. Left click these supply crates to smash them open and see what's inside. Right click to shoot. Lab A14. So now we're in the facility and we can follow her instructions and we can shoot these destructible objects. We still need to fill them up with pickup items. This crate had a health pickup pack, which doesn't actually do anything right now because we still have full health. And here we have a terminal that will unlock the door And then once we go back to the NPC companion, the AI will take over, and now they're both running into the next room, and another dialogue sequence will happen. So she says, we're the only 2 survivors left, and now we're locked down here. We're done for if we don't find any essence soon. So this was kind of some placeholder dialogue that we put in, and it's all likely going to change because this was all basically developed before the intro sequence was made, or before we even thought about what the intro sequence was.
Well, we know we wanted to have some kind of a pickup that you could use to upgrade your weapon and upgrade your health and other things. So the essence is kind of like the generic term that we're using for you can go around and pick stuff up in the boxes that you could upgrade your character with.
Yeah, so basically everything's kind of placeholder now, and we're just iterating through trying to figure out what fits and what doesn't. So at this point in the sequence, the NPC companion says, this looks like a control center, but it seems to be secured. I'll try to gain access. And success, we're in. I was able to access the security system on the sector's network. Notice that there's a red lock on the door on the right side of the screen. So as we play through the sequence, she'll describe how this place is heavily locked down. I wonder what happened. It looks like some horrible experiments. And then she just says, I unlocked the lab door. So now we could see that the red lock turned to a green to indicate that the door is unlocked. We're just trying to come up with visual ways to progress the story and just really get off the ground. So at this point, she says, can you check it out while I try to figure what's going on here? And at this point, the intro sequence for the level is completed, and you could come through and you could play and you could shoot everything. You could go and get lost in the corner. I guess that's something we still need to figure out, but I'm just going to play through the level at this point, and I will let Andrew talk about it because he's really the one that's been designing the art for the level. So he'll kind of set the tone for what's going on.
Yeah, so this underground laboratory is run by a computer who has been, over the years since destroying most of humanity, has been experimenting with by creating sort of like AI-enhanced life forms. So the computer's been out like taking animals that you normally find in nature and then enhancing them through all these different, computer, I don't know, whatever the computer thinks would be a great way to kill off people, because people are still a nuisance to the computer, and the computer is worried that the people will ultimately shut down the computer, the AI, which is exactly what our hero plans to do, shut down the AI. So this is the facility. It's the very elaborate facility. It was originally created by people, and then the computer took over and turned it into something sort of unearthly. And we're just trying to create an experience where you explore, you have to unlock doors, you have to fight lots of waves of villains or bad guys that the computer's creating, while you upgrade your character and become more powerful and learn new things. There's different story arcs that we are talking about putting into the game. But for the meantime, what we've been really focused on is how do we take this concept and really blow it up into something that's compelling and interesting and fun to play. And that's really been the goal of this specific level. Stephen, do you have any thoughts on that?
I was just hoping I didn't die, but I did. So I'm just going to go ahead and restart this level.
Maybe we'll pick back up for everybody where you died.
Yeah. Okay, so I made it back to
more health. Getting more health.
Oh.
I would pick this health.
Where's the health at?
If you go left. And you blow up those glowing crates, the glowing ones, they have health. Oh, here it comes. He's going to get you.
So I've made it back to the area that I died, and I picked up some more health. We're still working on balancing and just making sure there's no bugs. There's honestly a lot of work that has been done that we're not really talking about. I've probably deep dived into the code pretty well. So this was originally a template from the asset store that was basically just completely rewritten. And this guy's going to kill me again. No, I beat him. Cool. Hopefully there's no more enemies.
There are, so make sure you get some health right there with the...
Okay, here we go.
I feel like there's, as we've been progressing, there's a lot of things that we really wanted to bring to the game, like an inventory system, being able to have a lot more villains on screen at the same time.
We do have a basic inventory system. None of the pickable items are here, so we can pick up essence and we could pick up a key card for that locked door up there, and those both appear in your inventory and they work. Well, the key card works as it wouldn't be intended. So when you go to a locked terminal and you have the key card in your inventory, the terminal becomes unlocked. And we have a basic options menu. Nothing really fancy here. This is an area that still needs a lot of focus, and I think this is the next thing that we're basically going to be working on, where we find the items that you pick up, we make sure that you get them in your inventory, and I think this is the shotgun, so now it should show that we have a shotgun in our inventory. So that's actually working. We only have 5 pistol bullets left, and we have about 300 shotgun rounds. So the shotgun's pretty cool because it just fires so much faster.
I think what I meant to say, Stephen, was not inventory, but an upgrading system.
Yeah. Yeah, so the essence pickups would be for the upgrade system. Yeah, the shotgun's a lot cooler. Definitely, I just wasted a ton of ammo. And
yeah, well, that's what it's for. The shoot.
I probably should have saved it for some of those enemies up there.
Well, we'll see. They're not as hard as they used to be. Something that's also another dialogue that we're constantly having is like Steven said before, balancing. Right? So I want to add more bad guys. That's been something I want to do, and it's hard because the current bad guys we have are very powerful, but then again, and sometimes they're easy to hit and sometimes they're hard to hit. And it's just a lot of like playing through the game, and talking it out. You know, what do we think the game needs? And it's a little stressful, you know, because we're putting a lot of effort into this, as you can see, and you want it to be fun. So sometimes you know we debate on what's really the next best choice, and that's been fun. Sort of a learning experience.
So I feel like I need a health pickup, and that's making me play differently. I'm running away from enemies.
So this is why
And
I think that being able to auto-generate health actually
I actually have no ammo right now.
For any weapon?
For any weapon, correct.
Oh, we need more ammo. You shot through all... Oh, you know why? Because you were shooting all the boxes.
Yeah, it's fun to shoot boxes.
Because you shot all the boxes.
But now all I have is a bat. I'm going to get killed.
You're going to die.
I'm going to die.
You're going to die.
So
your pistol selected. You should switch to your bat.
Well, you could still use the bat even if the pistol's selected.
There's a pistol right there. There's a pistol.
Let's see if I could get it before these guys attack me. No. I should have just tried to hit them with the bat because they only take one shot to kill. So we'll come back here. All right, so I've made it back to this area with some more health. Let's try to fight these enemies again and see if we could just complete the level. Actually, we don't have the full completion, but I'm going to take you as far as I can. Oh, here's a health pickup.
Oh, good health.
Okay, so this guy... Oh, I'm out of ammo again.
Oh, there's a gun. Oh, you got a bat. You got a bat.
I gotta kite him around a little bit. I feel like the hip. Wow, that guy hit hard.
He killed you.
Okay, at this point, I think we're just basically going to be at the end of the level. There's a little bit more to show you, but there's not much more. And what we want to do is we want to just iterate through this process, fix all of the bugs, balance the game so it feels a little bit more fair, and you don't die as much. If we're the developers and we're dying, then I think that there's an issue. And then I want to set up a boss battle, and that'll basically be our prototype at this point. So if there's anything else Andrew wants to add, you can go ahead and add that. But that's about all I have to show.
Yeah, let us know what you think. If you like it, if you don't like it, and why you do, why you don't. And don't forget to smash that like and subscribe.
Yeah, smash it, I guess.
Smash it!
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for checking it out. We're definitely open to any and all feedback if you have any. We're definitely asking for that. So thank you very much for checking this out if you've watched to the end, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Care.